Hey y'all, my name's JoJo, and on this channel I talk about my life story, which involves prison, mental health, addiction, recovery, and just positive vibes. If you're new to this channel, thank you, welcome. I'm so appreciative of all of you. And I know there's a lot of new JoJo's fan band that came over from TikTok, and I thank you. Also, to all my returning OGs, thank you. I love y'all so much. Today, y'all, is a pretty touchy video for me. Let me start off by saying I do not think I'm cool. I do not, think I'm tough because I've been to prison and all that. This is not what this channel is about. It's about helping people and letting the world know that people do change, and I'm one of them. I've always been a good person. I just made some bad decisions in my life, and therefore I had to pay for them. But so I don't know. I just wanted to say that. So today I'm talking about basically I grew up by myself. Yes, I had family when I was younger. I had my mama, my papa. We was always a big full house. My mama had 5 boys, 5 girls. This is all on my mom's side. My dad's side, never around. Didn't even really know them. Knew them, but didn't know them. So I was always used to having a big family in one house. Like, we were poor, y'all. My mama, God rest her soul, she, would rent the biggest house she could. It was always, at all times, at least 10 people living in a 2-bedroom. Yes. We lived off of beans and cornbread and, flour and canned goods. But that's good eating. That's good eating. But we were poor. But my mama always kept the family together and made sure we ate. Yes, my mom was around, but she had a mental illness herself, and she pretty much, ran the streets a lot. What you would call nowadays, like, she had a lot of sugar daddies, and y'all, please don't get that. My mom was a good woman. She was a good woman. She just had a lot of mental illness, and a lot of things happened to her, which eventually I will talk about. But my mom was a very good mother, and she loved me with all her heart, and she tried to be my mom and my dad. She tried to give me anything she could. But anyway, so I'm used to a big family. Well, when Mama died, not even a year later, my papa died. So there went that house that my mama kept all of us. She made sure the family was, kept together and communicated and loved one another, and, or at least pretended to love one another. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Because I have some family members that they married into a little bit of something, and then they forgot where they came from. But anyway, they know who they are. But God bless them, and I still love them. Even though I ain't seen them in about 35 about 30 years, 35 years. I don't know if they're dead or alive, but anyways, so, and then my mom really, really, really got messed up, you know, more in the head. Sorry, y'all. I told you this is a very touchy video for me. And my light just went out. Great. Sorry, y'all, but it is what it is, and I am who I am. Let me put this light back on. I apologize. Like I said, I ain't no professional. But you know what? I know my stories are helping people. And they're hard for me to tell, but I want to help people. So where was I? So my mom really, really took everything really hard, which, I mean, her mom and dad died, you know. So that house that Mama kept everybody, you know, connected with everybody is now gone. And now all my family, different ways. I mean, they just, yeah, they vanished. So here I am with my mother. We get an apartment, and I get in a little bit of trouble. My mom really never, like, she would always say yes, or just let me do what I want. And no, that's not a way to raise a child. But once again, my mother had a lot of mental issues, and I guess I took advantage of that as a child. I don't know. Or she just felt so bad that I was missing my father. I would get bullied a lot about not having a father in my life. And she just felt bad, so she let me do what I wanted to do. If I wanted to spend a night with a friend on a school night, okay, I was allowed. Or have a friend over on a school night, spend a night, I was allowed. She tried to get me, you know, fancy things, nice, expensive doll babies and stuff like that. She just was just trying to cover up the loss of me missing my dad. And my dad was in prison, in and out of prison most of my life. Until he finally passed away like 2 years ago. And right before he passed away, I asked him, you know, I got in contact with him, and I asked him, I said, can I see you? And once again, my father, God rest his soul, told me next weekend, even in my 40s. And never, next weekend, never, it came, but Daddy didn't come. But anyways, back to my mom and I having our own little apartment. Well, I get in a little bit of trouble, and then I find out they send me to a girls group home, and I find out I'm pregnant. And then, you know, I have my child. I don't know how I should tell this story, but please bear with me, y'all. I am trying. I had a comment. I'm going to stop the story for a minute. I had a comment. Someone said, I was listening to your story, but you don't know how to tell stories, so I stopped, or something like that. It's in the comment section. Why don't you try editing? Okay, I could probably edit, but I don't want to. One day I might, but right now I just, this is it, you know, authentic as it can get. No editing or anything. If I cough, I'm sorry. It's a part of life, you know. I try not to cough in the speaker or anything. You know, but anyways, basically raising up myself. My mom was in and out of jail. She went to prison. I told y'all about I got emancipated when I was 14. So that's pretty much, you're an adult. Got my own apartment. So it's always been, I've always been such such a lonely child. Like, always trying to find a friend that I don't know, I just wanted a best friend. Could never find one because they always walked all over me. And then, I had to get tough and stand up for myself. I finally started standing up for myself, and people didn't like it. So they wanted to walk all over me because I was such a good person. But I was thinking about what kind of video to do today, and I thought I'm going to tell them how I basically raised myself. So y'all know, if you watched my story, if you watched my YouTube stories, all of them, y'all know my mom passed away when I was 19 years old. Basically, I had my own little family. I had 4 kids. You know, backing up, back up the story some. Once again, I can't tell stories good, but I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You know what I mean? Backing up to going to school. Yeah. Always was bullied in elementary school. Then I got to junior high school. I was bullied, but then I started standing up for myself. I didn't really have any friends, a couple. Pretty much just was wanting someone to love me. You know what I mean? Just, I didn't feel loved. So when I tell y'all all this love I'm receiving is, you don't know how much it means to me. And let me tell you, if you're someone that's watching and you have a family that loves you and protects you, and please, please don't take advantage of that, because there's people out here, there's teenagers, adults, whatever, with nobody. It's sad. It's lonely and it's sad. All my life, y'all, I've just felt so alone. I didn't have a prom. I was being a mother. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate about this, but I don't care. I only went to the 9th grade. I was trying to get my GED, and I got pregnant again with my second child. With all my kids, I had toxemia, and I was put on bed rest. So I had to stop my GED classes. So I didn't go to school. I didn't get a prom. I didn't go to dances and stuff like that. Yeah, so cherish that. I want y'all to cherish the fact that, you could go to school, friends and dances and, stuff like that. I don't know where the heck I'm going with this video. Once again, I'm all over the place. That's me, guys. That's how I do it. But my kids' father, at the time, I met him when my oldest son, which he's the father of my last 4, but my first one, Matthew, he's not the father. He was there for him through his childhood, but he's not his biological father. But I did love him at the time, but I just wanted someone to love me so bad. And he said everything that, I needed to hear at the time. But when I grew up, finally, I realized that I don't even like this dude. Sounds weird, but it's true. We just clashed, like, But at the time, it was okay because I just wanted someone to love me. I wanted to build a family, to be loved. To be loved. Because I'll tell you the truth, y'all. When my mama and papa, my Aunt JoJo, and my mom, when them four people, died, I lost my whole world. It felt like nobody in the world cared about me. I struggled so hard to get my babies whatever they needed. Not what they wanted, but what they needed, and some of what they wanted. And then that bad knee, getting pain pills, started all that drug addiction up. And that's where it all began. I was covering up. I was self-medicating. I was diagnosed with severe depression when I was 5. Bipolar, OCD, PTSD, and they just always wanted to medicate me. They medicated me one time, y'all, so extreme that I couldn't even feel my face. And I was like, I took what they prescribed me for a long time, but then I was like, no, I can't do this. So I went back to drugs. Yeah, I know. But basically, I did drugs to cover up my pain. For being alone. I never was directed. No one ever directed me in the right way. They did at the time of young age, but, you know, my mama died when I was like, what? I think I was like 11, 12. I got no direction. I got told I, basically could do whatever I want. And when you run the streets, it's trouble. And that's trouble leads behind trouble, okay? So please don't run the streets. The streets are the streets to drive on, not run around on. Things have changed so much since I was a teenager to now. It's like things have changed so much. Some of the young people don't even understand what I'm saying, but y'all that's my age or a little younger or even a little older, y'all understand the street light. The street light thing. All my friends had the street light would be blinking, getting ready to come on, and they're freaking out. And I'm like, what are you freaking out for? Because I didn't have a curfew, but they did. So pretty much, I mean, my mom tried, but like I said, she was just trying to make me happy because I was missing my father. Y'all, I wanted to make this video today about raising myself. I mean, come on. You're 14. What kind of decision can you have? Really? What kind of decision is in a 14-year-old's mind? Not now, because they're 14-year-olds now are a lot smarter than 14 when I was 14. Yes, it's true. Ask anybody if you're really young. Ask somebody. They'll tell you. It's totally different. But I wanted to, to make this video about raising myself. Once again, all over the board. But guess what? I went through the school of hard knocks and I made it. I made it out. And I thank you guys for loving me and accepting me for the cray-cray JoJo I am. Yeah, thank you. And y'all know I love you back. I really do. So thank you for making my dreams come true. I ain't never had this many friends in my life. I guess I'm done with this story, but and I want to keep saying I'm sorry. I know this video is all over the board. Why can't I get it together? Why can't I get it together? Y'all, that's just me. But I know you love me, and I love y'all too. The moral to my story is, if you have family that love you and accept you, just love on them. Just love them, and gosh, just love them. And you're so blessed. You're so blessed. I'm blessed. I have family, you know, now. My children, my husband. That's about it. And now you guys, y'all. But smile at someone today, you know, keep your distance, of course. But tell somebody, I love your outfit. Oh, you look really good today. Wow. Oh, you smell good. What kind of perfume you got on? You know, just a little something. Just be kind. Just love one another. Gosh. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna go. Let me know in the comments, please. What do you want to hear next? I got all kinds of stuff to talk about. What do you want to hear next? I want to keep making the videos, like maybe one every other day. That way I get better at telling stories. Cause I want to listen. Haters are my motivators, and I'm going to be